What is up? And this is round 2 for today of Blindside Sports. If you were listening earlier, you heard Rob Guerra, or if you're listening later, you probably saw the Rob one first. But we have a different guest today. Still works for Fox Sports Radio, but he's an editor, associate producer, assistant producer. It's Shay Moengard. You can get him at S Moengard on Twitter. I don't want to try and spell it out right now. Can you? S-M-O...
I got it if you want me to do it.
Yeah,
Hi,
do
by the way, everyone. How's everyone doing? It's SMOGHANGARD for the Twitter. I also was thinking about this the other day. I made this account such a long time ago, and now I'm like, oh my god, all these people are asking for my Twitter. And like having to say it on air, it's like such a mouthful, and I'm like, wow, I really messed up with this.
You should just do Shay on FSR.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Make it easy. I think I'm gonna have to change it probably after this.
I mean, because if you look, like you got guys like Coop, who's UH Bronco fan, or Brandon B Truffles, producer Big E. Like it's pretty easy,
It's easy for them. I got such a tough handle. I gotta switch that up. I gotta change it.
Yeah, or even Shay on air. I mean, that's pretty easy.
I like that, Shay on air. I like that a lot. I might be using that.
You gotta give me credit. No, I'm playing. Well, welcome in, Shay. Shout out Ben Maurer for right when I got on air the other night, when you were in producing, which we're gonna get to that in a couple minutes here. But Ben, you got to get him on your podcast, right?
No, that was funny. It's not the first time I've heard that either.
Who told you that too? Ethan?
I think it was E. Yeah, E told me about it.
He's the man.
I love you. Yeah, we're actually gonna go to the U.S. Open next Sunday. Me and him. We've been doing a lot of random stuff together. Yeah, from Dodger games to golfing.
I want to go to like a sporting. I went to completely. I mean, I don't know if you and E. Is there even an XFL team down by you guys? But I went to a Sea Dragons game.
Oh yeah, my boy Josh Gordon's on that team.
Yeah, Ben DiNucci. And funny story about that too is I was there, and my friend Q guessed so they had this thing where it was right when you walked in. It was how many poker chips are in a box, and if you guess the number, you get moved up to club seats. My friend Q got it completely right. It was
no
203,
way.
And you get it. We're sitting there. We just got settled in. Game's about to start. It might have even been the first drive at this point. And you get a text saying, "Hey, you won the club seats. Come up here."
No way. That's so sick.
So we were like the only guys in this row, and it wasn't like the club with like the food. It was like just the bigger, more comfortable seats.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They didn't want to spend too much money on us, I guess. But so we're up there.
I didn't even know they had that option, like box seats and all that at these.
They have like a whole Lumen, which I've been there for a Seahawks game too, and I'm going the season too.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna get a couple games. I want to go to the Niners Thanksgiving Day, but if I don't think the family would like that very much. But so yeah, it's they have during football season, they have like an actual club area with like food and all that. But I don't think they do all that for the XFL. But the funny story here was it was me and 3 of my friends in our row, and it was pretty empty up there. We had a lot the row that we bought our seats in. There was a lot more people, but the one group in our row was 2 rows ahead of us, and they must have been Cowboy fans, but they were DiNucci fanboys. And it gets good. And I don't know if you know Arnie Spanier, great Fox Sports Radio host, but Kiss of Death. These guys had it so hard every time. They'd be like, DiNucci, he's gonna throw a touchdown, throws a pick. So when they were quiet, oh yeah. It was against the Houston Roughnecks. If you
I watched the last game, and then I watched because I like the Sea Dragons a lot because of Josh Gordon. I'm a Browns fan, as you know, and I was a huge Josh Gordon fan. I love him. Will stand by him no matter what. I think what the NFL did to him was wrong, but especially with the certain things that are happening in the NFL today, I think that they were a little too hard on Josh Gordon. But back to the fact, love the Sea Dragons. Watched a couple of games. Exactly, right? It's Deshaun Watson. You got dudes murdering people, and they'll be back in the league in 5 years. It's absurd.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, yeah, but when these dudes were quiet, though, Ben DiNucci was going off.
Yeah, I bet. That's hilarious.
But why don't we get into for a radio guy, it's a big moment in your career. Anyone else is probably like, well, why do you care? But last week, Justin Cooper was out ill. I mean, extremely sick according to him. He's back and good now. He's doing great. But you got called in, what was it, 30 minutes to an hour before Ben went on air? They called you at like 10 at night and were like, hey, come produce.
Yeah, so, okay, this is pretty funny. This is a pretty funny story, actually. I'm currently training to be an assistant producer right now at Fox Sports Radio. My first training shift was this week on Monday. Yeah, Monday. This week on Monday.
Brandon? Ethan?
Bursch.
Oh, you're in great hands. Bursch is awesome.
Oh yeah, Bursch is great. I had the guy. So that was my first training shift. But on the Friday before that training shift, I get a call around 9 o'clock. I'm having like a game night with my mom and some of her friends. We're pouring drinks. I'm like about to have my first drink of the night, and then he texts me and he's like, "Hey, like I just got asked to do Ben Maller, but I can't do it. Blah 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 blah." I'm like, oh, that sucks, blah, blah, blah. Because we like doing Ben Maller. Ben Maller is like one of the more fun shows. At least that's what I've heard. And then I was like, okay, like let's see. And then right when I put my phone down, I get a call from Big Mike, Michael Lingard, executive producer.
Who runs this place, as CNR would say, Cavino and Rich. Yeah.
Exactly. He runs the place. He's a great guy, a ball buster though, but he's a
Mikey Muscles. Is that what they call him?
Mikey Muscles, yep. I like calling him Big Mike, but yeah, Mikey Muscles. There's a lot of good names for the man. But no, so he gives me a call and he's like, Shay, I'm gonna need a favor from you. And he has this deep voice. It's all
I've heard him on Odd Couple before. Yeah.
I know. Pat has a great accent for him. You gotta ask him next time you have him on the pod, or if you have him on the pod. But anyway, so he calls me and he's like, hey, you're an intern. So I know you kind of know how to do this. And he's like, I need you to produce the Ben Maller show. And this is at like 9:30. And the Ben Maller show starts at 11. So I'm like, oh man.
Hate to see
dude, literally haven't even taken a sip out of it yet. I'm literally sitting down, about to start. And I'm like, oh guys, like I gotta go.
What game are you guys playing?
So it's like we have like card games. It's like this Persian card game called Poke, backgammon.
Is it like poker?
Just like kind of. It's not like poker. It's more like, I don't know. Have you played the game Speed? I don't know.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's fun. It's cool. It's different. It's a fun game though. We have fun. And then backgammon, of course, we love backgammon. Ate some dinner and stuff. It was a fun night, but it had to come to it. And of course, I'm not going to say no because Mike is like, you're an intern. I trust you. I need you to get in there. And there's no way I'm saying no to that, right? My first opportunity to produce. Yeah, I haven't trained at all for it, but hey, like I'll bite the bullet and see what happens. So I get there super nervous. I'm freaking out. Not nervous because I'm going to go on air, because I've always kind of been good at like presenting myself, speeches, blah, 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 blah. But more of just like, if I mess this up, I'm going to get an email from Scott Shapiro immediately. And Scott Shapiro is like the head honcho. So I was like,
Scott's listening at 11 at night. At least I don't.
So interestingly enough, he emailed me the next morning, but we can get to that later.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to screw everything up. Blah, 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 blah. The show starts. He's there for the first hour to help me out. Yeah, I think you talked to him. You called. You were actually the first caller that called. And I didn't realize. I didn't realize it was you. And I was like, oh, wait a second.
I kind of thought it was Mighty Mark for a second. I was like, because before this, Mark didn't talk like that.
Yeah. So he's opening radio. I'm like,
who's this?
No, you were my first answer. You were my first call at Fox Sports Radio. So that was
meant to
fun.
be. And this is your first podcast you've been on, right?
This is technically no. This is my first podcast that I'm the guest of. Actually, I've been a co-host. Well, I've been a makeup host for the Sparky podcast at Arizona State University. My friend Bradley used to do that. And when his co-host Kevin wasn't able to do it, I would come on and be the co-host for the day. And it was fun. It was cool. But no, this is definitely my first podcast as a guest. But no, yeah. Anyway, back to the producing. It was a good show. I ended up doing pretty good, I'd like to say. I don't know.
Ben didn't give you too much crap, so he did fine.
No, yeah. I mean, of course, Ben is a big ball buster, and he likes screwing with people. But no, it was a fun show. I had a good time talking to the fans and getting to know like the usuals.
Most interesting call you took that night.
Oh, That's a good question. Obviously, Poppy brings in the energy with whatever he says.
Picking with Poppy.
Yeah, no, I love Poppy.
Poppy's awesome. Poppy. So, did you talk to Mason the Millennial that night, or do you know that name?
No, I talked
he tell you?
to I didn't talk to him, but I talked to Lou. I talked to Alameda Lou. Talked to Poppy. I talked to Ferg. I talked to
Ferg's
Doc.
Great.
Um,
Doc Mike.
What
a legend.
No, yeah, all these guys are legends. They were all.
Did anyone in the back tell you Doc Mike's, or did I think I went to sleep when you called? But did anyone tell you about what Doc Mike's thing is? The Mark or Eddie or
No. The show was pretty hands-on, so a lot of us were kind of like talking to each other on air than really just talking to each other in the behind the scenes. Like everything you heard on air is basically what we said to each other.
So I mean, it might have been implied during the call, but I was asleep. But Doc Mike is a guy who I believe was arrested for being a fake doctor. And I don't know if Ben was just, busting balls. But the main thing with Doc Mike is Mark didn't find the drop probably because, I could say it now. But Roberto, he's gone. So
Roberto is gone now. Roberto is gone.
Yeah, so Roberto's gone, but there's a drop in the system, and it's Doc Mike. He's been put your water down. It's just kind of gross. He's been drinking his urine for 20 years apparently. Yeah, ask Ben, or if you see Coop or E.
Is this on some like it's healthy for you?
He thinks it cures everything. Like I remember a couple years ago when COVID happened. He was in or Brian Noe was hosting, and he calls in, and I really, I was, in school at the time, so like high school, so I wasn't up like late night, and I heard this guy, and I've listened to Ben before, but I didn't really I never listened to the fourth hour when he'd call, but Doc Mike called early this night, and all I hear is, I've been drinking my urine for 20 years. The great Chris P was playing those drops, and
that's funny.
And it got so bad to where Chris had to come on the mic and be like, yo, don't follow that advice, because this is back when COVID, when everyone was like, oh, anything will get this stupid virus.
Chris had to make it clear, like, yo, guys, we're not saying to drink your piss.
No, yeah. Don't go piss in a cup and drink it.
That's funny. Man. That's good. I mean, to be honest, I'm not that surprised.
No, and
I'm not that surprised.
But anyways, we just went on a whole tangent. But back to Poppy in San Diego. So Mason the Millennial, who's a good, great guy, great caller show, good friend of mine. I met through the show. Went over to the Mauer meet and greet in Anaheim, and he's from the Bay. Poppy's from San Diego, as you know. And I heard Poppy on the show before, and I was just like, okay, this dude's kind of funny. He just doing his picks, picking with Poppy, woo. And Mason got really close with them at this meet and greet. So now I'm in a group chat with Mason and Poppy on iMessage, and Poppy is sharing his pics in the group chat. I had to mute it for the show because I have a Mac, and the notifications would probably be going through here too. So I muted the group chat, but they're talking about the tennis matches earlier and their picks, and they're both big gamblers, and Poppy's picks with like the NBA finals, or Poppy's acting stuff. Cause I don't know if you knew that he was in an Uber commercial.
I did not know that. No, that's cool.
I'll send it to you after
Poppy's a man of many skills.
Oh, Poppy's great. Yeah, he does. And he's a YouTuber too. He does this picking with Poppy on YouTube. Luis Richard Gomez. You can look up and you'll find it all. I think
I'm going to have to look into this.
Yeah. The guys in the back know, like probably not Roberto, but Coop or Eddie. Ask them next time you see them.
Next time I do the late night show. I'm excited for the next time I do Mally. Now that I know the guys and everything, kind of the vibe of the whole show.
Well, I was telling you earlier too, is like you were like the first time you produced was probably like one of the better shows in a while too, because Finley was in, and Finley is awesome. He was ironically enough, a lot of firsts. Finley was my first ever interview.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So you're almost done with the FSR. I mean, we have a new guy actually. New guy Ian Roddy is the new editor. You're gonna have to get him on the podcast soon.
let's see, who have I not had on the show?
I don't think you've had Crandall. I don't think you've had
I don't even know
Pat.
what that is. I
So
have
Crandall's a new editor. I don't think you've heard him yet because he hasn't produced yet. He's APing. He's training to AP just like me right now. Cool guy, real nice guy.
I think he's a Raiders guy. I've heard Rob G bring him up.
So he's a Raiders guy, Ohio State guy. Likes the Lakers. Me and him would be like covering the Laker games together, just screaming our heads off. Mike Harmon's pissed in the other room, like, guys, I can't even hear my voice. I'm trying to do a show here. Hey, we can't keep quiet when the Lakers are playing. It's tough.
No, don't blame me. I'm a Blazers fan, so I don't have that much excitement. But
hey, man, hopefully Dame stays.
I hope. Let's see, guys, I haven't had on. All right, well, first. You know what? I'll go with hosts I've had on the show. I've had Bernie Fratto. I've had Ben Maller. I've had Jonas Knox. I've had Brian No.
You've had the fun guys. Jonas is a cool guy. I like Jonas.
Jonas, he's been on twice. Jonas, I can't. There's not one bad thing I can say about Jonas.
Yeah, Jonas is great.
Oh, I've had Harmon on. Speak of the Devil. Dan Byer.
Love him. My boss, technically.
Yeah, Dan Byer's great. Boss man Dan. Who else? Let's see. We'll go over to. I think there's more like producers I haven't had on than I've had, or I've had on that I haven't had on. Like producer side of things, I haven't had Jason Stewart from Doug Gottlieb.
Okay.
I haven't had Ramos.
Frostberg.
Nope, I haven't had Frostberg. I don't think Frostberg's on socials anymore.
Nah, he's a little. I think his Twitter. I don't think he even uses his Twitter, to be honest. But yeah, it was like a Chargers Twitter for a little bit.
Oh yeah, Pure Chargers.
Yeah.
I haven't had Pat on. I had to reschedule that day, and then he had to reschedule, and he hasn't responded since. So hopefully.
Oh, Pat! I'm gonna bug him for that. I'll make sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shout out Pat. Pat's great. Pat. He always brings these really funny brand new fool stories on the Bernie Fratto show, and I love it.
I love Pat.
Pat's one of the most enthusiastic guys there.
Sorry, say that again.
One of the most enthusiastic guys on the network. I mean,
enthusiastic, 100%. I've told him this before, but he's like a golden retriever that's always happy, always on top of it, always full energy. Even when he says he's tired and like isn't having a good day, you will have at least 20 conversations with the guy, and he will be happy in a majority of those conversations.
Yeah, he's told me the same thing. Everybody loves the great Patty Sweets.
Yeah, nothing bad to say about Pat. Nothing bad at all to say about Pat. Nothing bad to say about any of the guys at FS1, actually, or FSR. No. All the guys are great. I mean, 6 months working into it. I can't complain about anybody. Yeah, so I interned in 2019. This was the summer before I left to go to ASU. I went to ASU for 2 years, community college for 2 years. So while I was at community college at Moore Park, real close to our studios, I interned for the summer for like 3 months at FS Fox Sports Radio for the Jason Smith show. I was the intern for that show. And I would basically just watch the pre-show. I would like talk to them pre-show, talk about what we're going to talk about. And then I would be with Alex,
the Big A. Yep.
Yeah. I would be with Alex.
Speaking of that,
Taish.
He'll be on Sunday. Taish will be on Sunday.
Oh, he told me. Yeah. He's a great guy. We work out a lot before our shifts. He was
very enthusiastic.
Very enthusiastic to go. He'll have a bunch of crazy takes for you. He's doing this new thing where he's not eating on the days that he doesn't work out. So like yesterday, he just drank water and like put salt on his tongue because he wasn't going to eat. I'll let you ask him more about that, but ask him about that. He's not eating on days he doesn't work out.
Okay. Well, I was telling him, and I'll text him after the show and we'll get a time going so I can start to promote what I'm about to say here. But on the Maller show, they'll do an Ask a Vegan segment because apparently a vegan's a rare thing. And people come up with these crazy questions for him. Like, it goes from anywhere to like his bathroom habits to like, what he eats to, what it's like not having like, a good old double from In-N-Out or, like something good like that.
Yeah, of course. And I'm gonna give you a little insider secret. Don't tell him I told you guys this, but he's definitely eaten in an In-N-Out animal style burger, and he used to work at In-N-Out actually.
I know. So I was just gonna get into that too, and the reason I'm so hyped for this interview is when Danny G got married, he was filling in on the 5th hour, and oh, this is great. We got like a full inside scoop of how Alex Teichert lost his V card.
That's funny. No, I've heard this story too.
It's great. I'll have to save it for the people who didn't who aren't 5th hour listeners for Sundays. Maybe I'll get him to tell it again. He was super enthusiastic about it, and the way and when you tell
if anything, you should have him tell the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna ask him about it.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say, when you ask Teichert something he doesn't know, he's like, "Wow!" Like he's
so
interested.
It. Yeah,
it's
no,
awesome.
100%. No, it's amazing. And also, he'll have a full setup. He has all his shows and all that. He'll be a lot more professional than I am.
I'll give it to you. I've had people, not to name names, and some of them aren't even FSR guys, but I've had people come on where like their connection is just, ugh.
Oh man, I'm a gamer. I need that good connection in my room. Are you kidding me?
Well, okay, let's get into that now. All right. So I was gonna ask you about it because like all these guys, I like to ask, what do you like to do outside of work? Like I asked the truth that I asked, producer Big E, not very big, but
that's
Ethan,
funny. I love that. Oh man.
Well, it's funny. So I think me and Ethan are pretty close. Every time I talk to him, we have a good conversation.
He's cool. You can bust his balls.
And I was just gonna say, last week on Bernie's backyard bunking bets, I call in and he's like, Fox Sports Reyes, Ethan, and I say Emmett and Olympia, and you heard this conversation. He had I'm not gonna say what it was because he had something he had to wake up early for. That's why he couldn't do.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
So I asked him about it. I'm like, how'd it go? And it was something that only, me, you, or him would probably know about, or maybe like his girlfriend or his other friends, or FSR guys. And so I asked him, but he's like, it went good. And I'm like, all right. And obviously I'm Emmett and Olympia, so I call in us for Bernie. And he, we're doing the backyard bunk and bet thing. And Ryan from Utah goes, and then all I hear is Elliot and Olympia. And the on-air thing comes on.
That's funny.
I'm like, come on, Elliot. Like I thought we were, we were friends, and he's like, it's Mighty Mark's fault. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
we aren't the ones to always put in the name. Sometimes even Ben will call, like during the Maller show. Like sometimes he'll answer calls.
Yeah,
like,
that happened to me.
It's not always us.
I think him and Mark answered the call one time. So it was weird. The night Coop came back, I called in, and Ben, I think it was Ben answered the first time, and then I got disconnected somehow after Coop put me through, like a couple minutes later. Like when I call back again, and it's like, I don't know if Ben was doing impressions, but another guy answered the phone, and I think it was Ben or maybe Mark, or I don't know. But
yeah, no,
it's the same thing happened.
The night shows, it's a little different. Yeah.
But yeah, I know Ethan answered the phone. It's just I don't know, maybe he told Mark to put it in, but either way, it's still it still gives me something to bust his balls about.
No, so. That's funny. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I would definitely bust his balls.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I was like, Elliot got screwed out of his bet because he was like, see, you got the Rays or the Red Sox, and
I did see that.
Yeah,
that was funny.
So the Rays, oh man, this was terrible. I was texting Ethan about this privately too. The Rays were, I wasn't watching the game because who cares about the Rays and the Red Sox, but I was, keeping tabs on it on my phone. I'd flip it on here and there, because I'm out here visiting family. So I was hanging out with my cousin. I wasn't really watching too much sports. And I see like it's 4-0. I'm like in the fourth. I'm like, all right, cool. Rays are winning. Cool.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I get these points. I get these bragging rights, even though I didn't have money on it. But and then like 2 innings later, I check it and it's 8-5. I'm like,
yep.
Oh, there goes that one.
Wait, so you're a Rays fan?
No, I'm not a Rays. I'm a Mariners fan, but I had a bet with Bernie Fratto on a backyard bunking bets that I need the Rays to win.
Oh, so man.
And you can ask E too.
That's the day it was the 8-5 day, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
I texted him when it was 4-0, and I'm like, oh, my bet's looking great. Let's go.
They had a doubleheader that day, right?
Yeah, I believe it was game 1 that he was betting on. And
yeah. So because they won the second game. Okay, yeah. I remember. Okay, yeah.
And then like, goes back to my kiss. I mean, I think I had the kiss of death like Arnie too, where, it's 8-5 now.
That's good.
Oh, it was great.
They play the Rangers today, I think.
You're a Dodgers guy, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that De La Cruz kid from the Reds?
Yeah. That game pissed me off, to be honest. Back-to-back walk-offs.
It's brutal.
That was insane. But
horrible.
To be honest, I'm sick. I'm happy we put Sin Trash. I hate him so much. I'm happy we put him. Yeah, I'm happy we put him on IL. We did that just because of who he is. He wouldn't be on the team if he wasn't who he is. We put him on IL.
Fair.
I'm happy to give these other guys shots, like Gavin Stone. I don't think he's back on it anymore. I think I read something the other day. We moved someone back up and moved him back down. But Bobby Miller's a stud. I'm happy we have him. I'm happy we're trying him out. I'm happy we're getting these new guys reps. I don't know why
your pitchers are like always seem to be the common issue for the Dodgers.
Exactly. And now that we have, I mean, I guess you can call them prospects. Like Bobby Miller is definitely a prospect, but I mean, we have a lot of prospects right now. Who knows what's going to happen with the Shohei deal? Who knows if it's going to be the Mets or us? You don't think so?
Nah, but actually, I don't know. It's kind of weird because now he's like with how like stupid the Angels are and how bad they've been. Like first I was like, maybe he's staying, but I don't know. Like with all this stuff and like how Artie Moreno has been kind of.
He's not staying on the Angels. They ruined something like another dude. Probably the best player to play baseball in years, Trout, who I'm talking about, is on that team. Ruined his amazing years, wasted his prime years, and now can't be considered the best player.
We got one viewer, Shay.
Hey, love that.
That's probably an FSR guy.
Probably, yeah. No, I told a couple of the guys, but yeah.
Hey,
like
comment. How about that?
Let's see what it is. But yeah, Trout. They ruined Trout's career. He's wasted on the Angels. Shohei sees this, and I'm sure Trout's had conversations with him. Hey, man, if you want to be considered the best, you need a national championship. You need to win.
Oh yeah.
And Trout now can't say that, and Shohei knows that. So I could see him going to a team. I mean, I don't know why people are saying the Padres. I don't know if they could afford him. Yeah, the dude's spending a lot more money. But with Juan Soto,
you're right. They got Juan Soto. They got Fernando.
Yeah, especially after the Juan Soto deal,
all those guys. I don't think you can afford them at that.
They can't afford them. No. It's going to be the Mets or the Dodgers.
And that was kind of the two teams.
Giants. He wants to stay in Cali. People are saying Mariners.
I wish.
People are saying Marlins.
I wish.
I don't know.
If you went to the Mariners, please.
What's that dude's name? I always blank on his name. That was on the Mariners from
Felix?
He's from Japan.
Oh, God, how do you say? God, how I know you're talking about the pitcher Kukui or something. I don't know how to say his name. I'm terrible at last names apparently. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Here, let me look this guy up.
Are you talking about No, what's his name? Oh my God, dude! I know exactly who you're talking about, but it's just pronouncing the name right and not looking stupid because I know I'm getting it way off. I'll wait for the Google search.
Oh my gosh,
he left like what 2 years ago or a year ago?
It's Kid. Yeah, he's on the Blue Jays now. Kikuchi or whatever.
Yeah, Kikuchi. Okay, I was right.
Okay. It'd be like another Kikuchi, but I mean, again, I don't know if they have the money for it. Obviously, he's a lot better. I mean, they have the necessary things in place to have a Japanese pitcher, but yeah, I think it's gonna be Dodgers. I think we'll get him before the All-Star break. I think they're gonna try to trade him.
It's okay. It's not an FSR person. It's actually, speaking of the devil, it's Poppy from San Diego.
Poppy, how we doing?
Poppy.
Oh man, we were just talking about you, Poppy.
He's still in here. He said good show. Why no more social? Oh, I think he wants your other socials.
Oh, my other socials? Okay.
But you're private on Insta. Would you accept him? I can give it to him privately if you don't want it out there.
If he wants to follow, why not? I'm gonna go.
Portland Blazers.
I'm gonna turn my private off.
Yep. Oh yeah, Poppy's been. Oh, Poppy's been all over the chat. My bad, Poppy. My bad. For I need to I need to get better at multitasking.
I mean, I don't see the chat. Do I see the chat? Oh, I do.
No,
see
I'm
the
on
chat.
my phone right now because
Oh,
the reason
okay,
I'm on my phone is because I'm in Oregon. I have this Braille display thing where like I'll go on Twitter during the show and all that, and I mute my voiceover. But when I don't mute my voiceover, I can barely hear you through my computer. So I'm on my phone right now. I got the stream playing. You can see the chat, but yeah, so that's what I gotta do when I'm in the as Ben would say, we gotta make it all fancy, the remote studio.
yeah, right. I feel that honestly. I'm sitting on my bed, so I can't really say anything to that.
So when I was in audio, like I used to do audio only when I first started, and I had it was kind of a complicated thing, but. And I don't think I can like get into it on the show, but like something with a landlord and getting with a house, all right.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I remember doing it on a bed, like my show on a bed. I had like my mic propped up, like kind of like this, like holding it between my legs with my computer in front of me. It was the most scuffed setup I've ever done.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sitting here with my boxers on my bed, just like with my Turtle Beach headphones on. I'm very not set up. Like so I started setting up actually my room for that. So this isn't for sure, but me and E have a possible show coming out. It's gonna be kind of like Undisputed. It'll be like once a week. We'll talk about culture, sports.
If you need me, I got you guys.
No, 100%. No, yeah, with the boxers in bed, Shay. No, but yeah, 100%. If we want a guest or anything, you'll be our first guy, our Seahawks guy.
Oh yeah.
But
Seahawks,
no, we have a show coming out. It's not for sure yet at all. We don't even have a name for it. That's how like low in the books it is. But yeah, Poppy, if we want guests or anything, 100%, I'll let you guys know. I'm excited to show you guys.
Oh yeah, and then back on topic. Your other for Poppy, what you're at Shay and mowing guard on Instagram.
Oh yeah. So it's my first and last name, just a period between the two. So it's SHAYAN and then period MOGHANGARD. I'm gonna get on making those a lot easier for everyone. Should have done that a little bit ago.
Shay on air, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Cheyenne on the air. I like that. Shay. Is
it Cheyenne or Cheyenne?
So it's Cheyenne. It's spelled Cheyenne, but it's pronounced.
Yeah,
Cheyenne.
Marcel called you Cheyenne the other night.
No, yeah, I mean it's fine. I'm used to it. Everyone, Cheyenne, Shay, doesn't matter. You're still calling me. I don't get too upset over it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, can't you? I mean, I had Nick Cope on here, and he spells his name like really weird. Like when I think
you think it's Coop, but it's Cope.
I almost like the first time like I heard him, I was like, oh, Nick Coop's on the update.
Yeah, so I called him Coop. I think the first time.
Were you in for Odd Couple yesterday? Did you hear what Rob Parker called him?
Yeah.
Diet Cope.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That's hilarious.
Great. So yeah, we gave out your socials. Not the next question. We've just been like a conversation. But
literally.
Why don't we go with? You're talking about you're a gamer. You're talking about your Turtle Beach. First of all, what console do you play on? And second of all, what games are you into?
So the other day, I actually bought the Xbox. Not the one.
The S.
What is this? Yeah, the S.
The one without the disc drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah. This doesn't have a disc drive?
I don't know.
I didn't even notice.
I have a smaller. I actually have my Xbox down here.
Like the white one, the S, the white one.
I believe so. I
have
go grab it, but
here, let me go look at this. Yeah, I don't have a disc drive. I didn't even notice that. So I got the smaller one, the $300 one. I was like, why not? I was gonna go get like a nice controller or whatever, because my other controller for my Xbox One broke. So I was like, let's go to GameStop. I wanted to get the paddle one because like my friend's going crazy about it and all this stuff. And then I was like, all right, it's $200 for this and it's $300 for this Xbox. Might as well just buy this Xbox. So I bought the Xbox. I bet the bullet, paid $300 for it. Very happy with it. So I play that. I play a lot of Overwatch. Play a lot of the new Jedi Fallen Order game. I play. Obviously, I like re-downloaded COD Black Ops 3 for the zombies, and I've been running that with my friends recently.
Did you see that one TikTok where it's kind of all over? I don't know. You think you're on TikTok? You saw the Chili's video.
Yeah.
But everyone was like saying how COD's like unsafe to play because of hackers and like.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Yeah, I did see that. To be honest, I bought COD. I bought it when it first came out. I pre-ordered it. When Warzone, we were kind of just. I would play multiplayer, just waiting for Warzone to come out. Warzone came out. Wasn't a fan. Me and my friends weren't a fan. We played the old one a lot. Like that was like the only game we played. We stopped playing it after like 2 weeks. We just kind of got sick of it. Yeah, I just kind of got sick of it. I don't know. I haven't been. I don't even think I have it downloaded on my Xbox right now. I've just been kind of playing like a lot of. I mean, with my hours too, and all my friends Diablo 4. I just. Oh my god, all these questions. I'll get back to these in a second. I don't play Diablo 4, but I am looking into it. I really like the games like that, Diablo 4, Fallout, Red Dead, like kind of like huge open world RPGs. Big fan of those. But so I've been playing a lot of those because I'll get home at like 11:30 from my shift. All my friends are like getting ready to go to bed for their 8 a.m. shifts when I have like a 4 p.m. shift. So I'll just like play video games by myself, just like do my own
are you
thing.
in any? You play like Madden 2K or?
So I play MLB The Show. I play the show a lot. I just downloaded.
It's on Game Pass. We gotta run it. Yeah, we should run it one day. I got
100%. After we're done with this, I'll send you my gamer tag and we'll play together.
You mine too.
100%. But no, yeah, I don't play Diablo 4.
I picked up 2K for $15 on Microsoft Store. And
no way. I hate 2K. I can't do it.
Well,
I'll play NHL, Madden, and then MLB.
Yeah, I don't like 2K either, but like I have a PS5 too. And the reason that like I bought 2K was because I have 2K21 on my PS5, and I got that for like $6. Like I haven't bought a new 2K since like 2K. Like I was like for my birthday, like say I got like 2K19 new, and so I had 2K21 for years, like 2 years. That's what I was playing, just playing my league, all that. But I was like, I kind of want these new rosters. There's a lot of new talent, a lot of shakeup, in the NBA. And I bought it for $15 on Xbox Store. And then I go, I don't have my PlayStation with me right now because it's too big. But I go on the PlayStation app and they made 2K23 free for PS Plus. Like a week after I bought it, I was like, that's insult to injury.
All right. Can I ask, $15. So you can only see light and dark.
Okay. Yep.
So when you're playing 2K, how does explain that to us? Like, what do you like? How are the feelings for it? Like, what do you go through? Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to see a video of this too. This is very interesting.
Okay, I'll explain that, and then I also play Madden 2, and that one's a lot more easy. But 2K, I play on like the easiest difficulty. I just play my league, and unfortunately, it's not like too accessible. So I just kind of got remember stuff.
Whoa.
So I got to remember like the menus and all that, and it's pretty simple.
Okay. And I'm sure you just listen to like a video or something like that to like let you know what the menus are.
Yeah, or somebody like I'll have a friend tell me, or like.
Oh, that is so genius of you.
Yeah, but the PS5 is the reason I got it too. Like when I got it like last year for Christmas. It was like I had Christmas money saved up, so I got it because that's all. Like I always had like. Yeah, we were talking about gifts earlier in the pre-show, but
yeah.
Like money is like what I prefer, and it's just you get what you want, right? That's why.
Of course, I'm a money guy too. I'm a money guy too.
Yeah, that's what I remember. E had a whole thing on Christmas Day where it's like there's nothing better than just cold hard cash for Christmas.
100% cold hard cash. Gotta love it. Because look, like
he put it on meal. He put it on the reels on his Instagram. Yeah, you can get food. You can get. Like a new game, or
doesn't always have to be
all your money. You can get a controller, that controller you were talking about.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But yeah, the PS5. The reason I got it was because it's like everything on there. Like the narrator reads literally everything. Like even like YouTube and Netflix and like Apple Music.
So it's very accessible. It's very.
But even the Xbox, yeah, they're both very accessible. But Madden.
That's so cool.
I might have a video. If not, I'll screen record something when I get back, because I'm going back to Washington Monday, so I'll get the video like when I get home and send it to you. But what it does is it narrates the plays, right? Like I can call my own plays on Madden 23, and you weren't able to do that on last gen. It's a next gen exclusive, like the Xbox and the PlayStation. You can do it on probably PC, which I don't have, but yeah. So it calls you the plays, like I can call my own formation on defense, and what Madden does, and this is everyone poo-poos Madden hard, which I understand. I get it. The reason I buy it every year is their like accessibility for sports games is easily the best out there. I mean, I didn't even realize this until like 3 weeks to a month ago. Their franchise, like the franchise mode, they used to not have like the draft and all that be accessible, right? Like I used to not know like who to pick, but most of the other stuff was accessible. Now it is. Like I was drafting my boy B Young with that first overall pick.
That is so cool. Okay, so you can actually do all that. So
yeah,
I give a big shout out to Madden for that. Wow, that's one of the things that I kind of always wondered, because I would always see like when starting up my game.
The Last of Us 2 is pretty accessible. I have that. I got to play that. But I bought that. That's pretty accessible.
I just watched the show. The show is pretty good.
Yeah, the show is pretty good. Are they coming out with more of that, or is it just like kind of ending?
I think they are gonna. I don't know, to be honest. They should. There's more to it.
Oh, Poppy saying Nintendo Switch. He's putting the money bag emojis. Probably talking because we were talking.
Oh, Nintendo Switch. Oh, I love. So during a summer, me and my friends, we got really into Super Smash Bros. And my friend would bring his Switch everywhere. Like whoever's house we were at, he would bring it. We'd play Smash there. No matter what, wherever we were, we'd be like at school. He'd have the Switch, and we'd all play Smash just together. It was like literally took up the entire like couple months, like from summer going into like December, like a couple of years ago. It was a blast.
Poppy wants on your podcast.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, Poppy wants on the podcast. Definitely we'll make it happen, Poppy. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
But any crazy stories working on Fox Sports Radio? I mean, every day.
Pull up the chat, or are you looking at my phone?
Yeah. I pulled up the chat right now. I just figured out how to do it. No crazy stories really. I mean, every day is a crazy day when you have characters like Rob Parker, just a bunch of these hosts coming in,
or
and, like, especially Rich and
I'm sure Monty's really fun to work with.
Monty's great. I love Monty. She always hooks it up with those Dodger tickets too. So we gotta love Monty for that. She's great. Love her to death. Love everyone there.
Lowenkron's hilarious. He's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah?
Ilo is the best. The best
really?
Of the best. Oh yeah. Ilo is unmatched. So funny story is when I found FSR, like as a kid, like TV really wasn't like kind of what's the word, like necessary for me, I guess. Like like as a kid, you're watching, like everyone was watching, cartoons like Disney, whatever.
Yeah. And you wake up early to watch cartoons.
Yeah, but my grandpa gave me a radio, like one of like an FM radio.
Oh, that is
I had a
so
whole speaker
cool.
set up in my room, and yeah, it was great. And I got that when I was like 5 or 6. And at first, I was just listening to like the music state, like the hit, like 92, whatever, like whatever that local station is. And then they put, I don't know if you're familiar with radio stations or not, but they put sports radio KJR, Seattle's sports station, on an FM station, and it received really well through the radio. And I don't even remember how I found it. Like it just happened.
You're just scrolling through one day.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, sports, and I'd always liked sports, like my cousin, he lived with us, and me and him would play, he's like 10 years older than me. That's kind of why I'm here right now, because he lives down here, and it's like everyone on my mom's side basically lives down here. And so yeah, like he was like 16, I was like 5 or 6, and we were running Madden on the PS2. So like I knew football.
That's funny.
But I wasn't like, what's the word? Like I didn't like have any way of like consuming it besides like I'd watch it on TV. And I found sports radio KJR. I remember people like Softy Mahler. And obviously, local radio, they don't do like all day, they get off the air, probably like 6 or 7 at latest. So Fox would come on and on the weekends it was mostly Fox. So like I'd wake up like as a little kid to hear Gargano, who E works for right now, and Vincent
he's the
Kennedy
producer there.
And Ilo was on the updates. So Ilo was doing a Saturday morning thing. I heard Gargano as a kid. I heard the great
funny.
Steve Hartman.
No way. So you know all of them. Hartman's a legend.
Oh, Hartman's awesome.
A legend.
I heard Arnie and Plank were like, I've listened to them since like 6 months into their show.
No, I love all these guys. All the guys
Willard,
at Fox Sports.
Willard, I listened to for a while. I remember, I don't know if you know Bobo, but Bobo was on the board.
I know Bobo. Bobo's a character.
Awesome.
He's great.
Bobo. Don't attack his Cowboys.
Never. Also, I'll hear him yelling at me for the next 20 minutes.
But yeah, so why don't we dive into some sports here? We went completely off topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
As Ben says, the best radio is off topic radio sometimes, you know?
He's very right about that.
Look at the overnights. But yeah, why don't we dive into your Cleveland Browns? And I saw a report the other day, and you might have seen this too, but Massage Watson, as LeVar Arrington would say, he is, he's looking like his own self. So what are your thoughts on the Browns this year? Like, what are your expectations? What is your ceiling?
So I'm very happy with the draft. The draft was great for us. We got the wide receivers we need. We got the Tennessee guy. He wasn't the top choice, obviously, but he's a stud. I'm very happy with him. The draft was great. I honestly really think we have a chance at D-Hop. I really do. Deshaun has come out talking about it himself. We have interest in him. He will work in our system like a charm. It would be perfect in anything. Like, I don't even know if he would be he would definitely be wide receiver 1, but it would work so well in our system. And I have such high hopes for it happening. Obviously the Cowboys, the Patriots, and all those teams have higher odds, but I really do think
you ain't got to worry about the Cowboys. They're not in your, yeah.
No, I'm talking about higher odds of getting D-Hop.
Yeah. I was looking at what Poppy was saying. Kind of got me a little distracted.
No. But no, I think the Steelers are the Steelers. I think their QB is going to get better every year.
Mike Tomlin is awesome.
Mike Tomlin's a great coach. He's a seasoned coach. He knows what he's doing. It really all relies on Deshaun Watson this year. Well, our defense we know is great. We have one of the top rush defenses.
The best running back in the NFL, probably.
We have the best running back in the NFL.
Mari Cooper,
Kareem is
top
gone.
15 receiver.
Say that again.
I was saying Amari's probably like a top 20, top 15 receiver.
Exactly. So we have Amari. We have that Tennessee kid. I always forget his name. But we're looking good.
You guys got Peoples-Jones still?
I'm pretty. Yeah. No. Wait. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, he was there last year. I don't think he left. Yeah.
We do have him. I don't know why I was tripping, but no, so I'm saying our wide receiver core is there for Deshaun Watson. If he has everyone, and not to mention even at tight end, we're good. So it's okay, tight end is a little weird because the Njoku, we're paying him more. He's a
injury
stud.
prone.
He's injury prone, exactly. But I've been telling people this for so long. He could be the best tight end in the league if he wanted to.
Whoa, that's a hot take.
He's so athletic. His blocking is so good. He's like a DK Metcalf that can block way better and is bigger. That's how I see it. And it's his route running isn't the best.
Don't get me started on DK.
I don't even want. He screwed me in fantasy.
He screwed me as a Seahawks fan with all stupid
it's
calls.
tough.
Stop getting so pissed off and play the game.
Man. I just think if the Njoku's hones in on his blocking this year, and we have a great run block, the O-line, Chubb will have a 2,000 run year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially with Kareem Hunt leaving too, and that was. Poppy says Njoku could be the best one. He likes it.
No, yeah, I see that.
So yeah, if Njoku, like Nick Chubb, yeah, he's great. And the thing that I liked in the 2020 season with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, that was one of the best like 1-2 running back tandems I've seen in a long time.
It was the best running back tandem that I think I've seen ever.
I had Kareem Hunt as my fantasy running back that year. He won me so many matchups.
Throw him in as your flex, and he's gonna get a touchdown a game. It doesn't matter. He will get,
dude, I wouldn't even
especially in a
put him as my
PPR
running
league.
back. I put him as my running back.
Oh,
because,
wow! Is it a PPR league?
It's points, yeah.
Okay.
I had a Marlon Mack that year, and that was like the fall off of Marlon Mack. He tore his ACL and he's never been the same. So I had to come up with a solution like rather fast, right? And I was like, okay, Kareem Hunt will do for this week until I can figure out something.
And you just started him every week.
Yeah, well, yeah, he got me like 24 points against the Bengals in a primetime game. So
it's good.
I was like, all right, he's getting one more week. He's earned it, and he kept going off. He only had like 2 bad games that year, so I think that's the one thing that Stefanski is good at. Is making that system to where like the 1-2 punch, and that's why I'm a Baker guy, and I was never doubting Baker. I was like, Baker's injured, Kareem Hunt's injured, that's why the Browns suck. And then obviously last year was when Watson, he had his suspension for the massage, which is just, I mean, you could argue it could be longer, whatever, but he came back week 12 and against the Texans, and he wasn't snapped into it yet. He took a whole year off.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew last year he wasn't going to be the best. I knew he had rust. I knew that we weren't going to have I knew we weren't even going to, I didn't think we would make playoffs, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit though, because Jacoby Brissett wasn't even that bad for the Browns either.
He was not, and he's a good backup. He was a good backup on the Colts. He's a good backup here. He's had a lot of games where he was able to start on the Colts, especially.
He's good. He's good.
And it's just, we need the guy. We need that guy, and that's been our problem for I don't know how many years. And
now you got.
I think we finally said, "Hey, we're gonna put our money into Deshaun. We're gonna do it. We're gonna ride with him for as long as we can. He has the talent, and I know it's there. He was the best wide. I remember people saying he was the best QB in the league.
Yeah, that one year, his last year in Houston. Yeah, his last year in Houston.
Exactly.
Was great.
Like they're comparing
right before
him to
the
Pat
massage
Mahomes.
trap came out.
Exactly, and he's been off of it. His mind's not mentally there, but this is the year for him. I think that if this year he doesn't start at least picking it up, and I want to make playoffs this year. We have the team to make playoffs. As long as we make playoffs, I'm happy.
What I will say about the Browns too is you guys have the talent. You guys have everything you need to make a run. There's like 2 or 3 factoring things. The first one is Deshaun Watson. Is he going to be back to Houston, Deshaun? Because if so, with that talent, you guys are going to be good. But the other part that kind of contradicts that is that division. I mean, the Bengals are the Bengals. I think they're very good. I think the Bengals are probably the wrap to win the division next year. I mean, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, those dudes are on it. I mean, they signed that one lineman guy this year too. So like, hopefully Burrow has some more time. It was Orlando Brown, I believe. And you look at the Ravens, and the Ravens, they're a little bit
scared.
They're a little bit more questionable because like the past 3 years, Lamar Jackson has not been there like he should. The second half of the season, whether it be he got COVID that one year, and then he had the run to the toilet game against you guys that right after he came back from COVID, and then he's like hurt his ankle. Then the next year he hurt his ankle. Like he's always like, it's his style of play. And also, will Odell actually be healthy? And is Odell worth that money? I kind of have my doubts. But then again, I had my doubts with Odell when he went to the Rams, and look at him there. And then they drafted Zay Flowers as that receiver. So even if Odell gets hurt, but you still got Zay Flowers, you still got Mark Andrews. Can J.K. Dobbins stay healthy? It's just, out of every team in that division, the Ravens have the most question marks. You there? I think we lost him. Yeah, but back to what I was saying with the Ravens here is it's a lot of logistics. A lot of logistics. Yeah, Poppy, you're right. That division is very good. It's a tough one to play in the NFL. I mean, the Steelers, they're like Shay was saying, Gremlins got Shay. That's what happened. Let me text him here real quick, Poppy. But yeah, they oh, he's in waiting room. Okay, he's back. Shay is back. But like what I was saying is the Steelers are always on the come up. You got Kenny Pickett, who he's hold on. I have to scroll through all these chats to put you back in, Shay. Hold on. But yeah, like Kenny Pickett is on the come up, and the Steelers had also a very good draft and very good offseason. Plus, Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the NFL, and that's what we are all saying. Like what Shay was saying, Mike Tomlin is a great coach, and then obviously the Bengals. And the one thing that also hurts the Browns too, and the other thing that I think, if you're a Browns fan, Shay, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, there we go.
I don't know what happened.
Like as a Browns fan, you have to worry about is that AFC. That AFC, if the Browns were in the NFC, they'd probably be a lock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. 100%. Yeah, it's pretty.
100%.
Yes. Did you hear anything what I said there? I mean, you guys.
No, yeah, I heard everything. You were talking about Tomlin, Bengals, and all that. I just froze. I don't know what happened to my connection. It just froze.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, someone else got on your Wi-Fi maybe, or playing games or something.
Maybe, I don't know. But I'm back.
Back and better. So yeah, that I mean, Cleveland Browns. It's gonna be very interesting to see what they do. And I mean, it didn't happen for me and E, but like if the Browns do something in the playoffs, if they make it to the championship, I'll give you that free floor to rant. I let Brandon Trufa for the producer of the weekends on Bucky Brooks and Steve Hartman. When the Aztecs made the Final Four, he came on and I like to get like.
No, you better reserve me that spot, the Super Bowl show, because I know we're gonna be there. Reserve me that spot.
I don't know if you'll be there for a Super Bowl. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. The playoffs, okay, yeah, maybe, but the Super Bowl, I'll reserve you for it just because that's a crazy take.
No, yeah, I've stopped hoping for Super Bowl lots of years ago.
It's so hard not to though, as a sports fan.
It is, but I mean, as a Browns fan, man, I've gone through it all.
You really have. You've seen like 0-16. You've seen quarterback play a whole year.
The 0-16 season was probably the toughest season. No, yeah, it was the toughest season. I stopped watching football that year. I'm not even kidding.
Was it like as tough like as that one year where
it was a joke. It was like a joke. Yeah. I was like, all right, this year we're going to be good. Like this year we're going to figure it. Like every year I literally say this year we're going to figure it out. This year we're going to do good. Blah, 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 blah. We have a new QB. Every other year we have a new QB, but like, I'm like, we'll figure it out. And I couldn't believe it. Like we were losing. I think we choked one game. I forgot what game it was, but
wasn't it like, no, that was the next year, the year before that. Because you guys, that one year you went 1-15, then you went 0-16. The year you won 1-15, that's probably the best Christmas gift you got because it was the Chargers on Christmas Eve.
Literally. So we're coming off a year that's 1-15, and I'm like, no way, we do worse than 1-15, right? We break an NFL record, and we become the worst team to ever like hit the graces of.
And then you got Baker.
And then we got Baker, who took us to a playoff game.
And that's what I was going to get to as a Browns fan, where Mahomes got hurt that game and Chad came in and, you guys could have won that game. It was very winnable. And then you lost. For me as a Browns fan, I think that would also be tough.
It was tough, but like, it was almost like I was so high up and happy that we even beat the Steelers that I was just like.
And you crushed them too. It wasn't even close.
Destroy it. You don't understand. I was at a bar for that game, everyone's wearing like and this is like Le'Veon Bell's not even on the team, but everyone's wearing Le'Veon Bell Steelers jerseys. Everyone's a Steelers fan. Half the world for some reason is either a Cowboys fan or a Steelers fan. So then I'm like, all right, like I'm the only one wearing a Browns jersey in the bar. I'm screaming dog pound. I'm literally crying, so happy.
Poppy wants to know if you've been to the dog pound.
Oh no, not yet. I want to make a trip out there to the stadium. I think that would be a lot of fun. But I'm gonna be at the Rams Browns game at SoFi this year. I'll be there.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. I mean, the Rams aren't that great, so hopefully
there might be more Browns fans there. Like realistically,
to be honest, it might be true with any other fan base, but I've only met one other Browns fan, or I guess two other Browns fans. My friend Zach Boyle from high school. We would watch Browns games together, and then my other friend, not really a friend, but he's this other kid that went to our high school. He was a Browns fan. Other than that, I don't think I've met a Browns fan in my life.
See, how many Browns fans do I know? I obviously know you.
It's tough, man.
I know Mike Mayer, former producer. He's a Browns fan, but I don't really
Mike's
know him
a Browns fan?
Mike Mayer, yeah.
I didn't know
Mike
that.
Mayer, yeah. And then one of my friend's dad, he's a Cleveland guy, so he's a Browns fan, but that's about it. I only know like three of them.
Yeah, but
I don't even know Mike like that. Yeah.
I'm not even a Cleveland guy. I said the story at Ben Maller.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think but he's all Cleveland sports. That's the weird part. Maybe he just didn't want to be like the bandwagon it's like
to
the
be
Lakers
honest,
and the Dodgers.
So when you graduate from LeBron James does like the Browns, he's all Cleveland. When you graduate doing like with sports journalism, when you have like a sports journalism degree, I got lucky to be able to come back to my market and work in LA and work with the Dodgers and all that. A lot of people find themselves in random places like Tallahassee or Ashkansas, Nebraska, or like whatever.
You got guys like Iowa Sam, who born and raised Iowa, and
he loves Iowa sports, but he finds himself in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
You kind of
or E. Also, that's exactly one.
He
Philly guy.
Yeah, Philly guy. Probably would love to go back to Philly.
Most Philadelphia guys I ever met.
Exactly. Yeah. He hates LA sports. He hates the Dodgers. You know what I mean? He doesn't like the Lakers.
He still goes to their games and buys the Dodger dogs, probably.
Yeah. But no, it's you become a fan because you work for them, basically. And I got lucky enough to say I work for the Dodgers, or I work in a LA market where we cover mostly the Lakers and we cover most of these teams. But so I definitely got lucky
with the Lakers. I feel like it's not. Maybe it's just because I'm a Fox Sports guy, but like the Lakers are so like nationally covered. Like even where like in my hometown in Washington, I know like 4 or 5, at least 5 Lakers fans.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I think the Lakers are kind of different, but like
it's like the Cowboys almost at that point.
Oh yeah. I know plenty of Cowboys fans too.
Exactly, and they don't have a lick of blood in Texas, or like they don't know anyone from Texas. They never even been to Texas, but they're Cowboy fans.
I hate the Cowboy fan base so much. If we're I can't stand them because let me explain this.
I can't really say anything because I'm a Laker fan, but I mean,
but the thing with Cowboys fans, and I guess because I used to be a Warrior fan as a kid, so I can't really talk on the Lakers, I guess. But the thing with the Cowboys fans that makes me just so annoyed is the America's team and all of this.
Yeah.
You guys don't win anything. And then every year they think they're going to be the best team in the NFC, win the Super Bowl every year. It's like these Cowboys guys, they don't come on,
they haven't won. I don't think they've made they're just bad. They're just a bad organization.
Every year in the playoffs, it's just some stupid play calling that costs you the game. Or I don't know how you beat. I mean, you got lucky that Tom Brady just played like absolute garbage in your playoff game because
right?
If it was anybody else. When your freaking kicker misses 3 extra points in the wild card game, oh man, it's
Dak's over. I think Dak's done with. I think that whole entire. They just need like Tony Pollard's their new running back. That's a given.
Yeah, Zeke's trash. Zeke's
trash. I think they're gonna keep him just so he can be a locker room guy. He's good energy.
He's asking for too much money. That's my issue with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Poppy says a lot of Browns fans are in San Diego.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, yeah, San Diego, I feel like, is home to lots of people that don't have a football
Dak is
team.
gone. If
And
not one
then,
since '90s. Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, Dak is done. They haven't won since the 90s. Poppy's got it covered. He knows. Basically all the points I was going to say. Like, I got a friend that's a Cowboys fan too, and he always acts like they're so good and they're gonna win. And I'm sitting here as a Browns fan, and I'm like, I'm not even like the Browns are better, and I'm not even talking this highly of the Browns.
I was
I was
talking to
just like,
Bobo a while back, and it was over like DMs or something because I've had him on the show before. So like me and him, we talk every once in a while, and I was like, he said on my show like last year that he does not expect much from the Cowboys. I was like, thanks for being the only like good Cowboys fan that like actually realizes like the potential of the team. Like I texted them that like the date, like their first loss like of the season. Cause like I think it's I think it's probably Jerry's World. I think that's kind of why they're like that.
it is Jerry's World. It's Jerry's amusement park.
Yeah, that's a funny one too. Like everyone, God, Jerry Jones, man. I wonder what's gonna happen. Like when for the Cowboys, like when he like passes away, because he's up there. Like what's gonna happen for that Cowboys franchise? Like I'm very curious. I mean, as a Seahawks guy,
I think the daughter is gonna get it.
well, yeah, like that's what I was saying. I don't even know her name. Something Jones.
She works in the. She's a stunner, by the way. She's an absolute stunner. I used to watch this show. Friday Night Lights, and she reminded me of like a mom from Friday Night Lights. Love it.
Oh wow.
I absolutely like Texas America, like Texas forever. Love it. Ah, man.
Stereotypical Texan.
No, literally, and I just absolutely love it. But definitely could see her picking up the reins, like unless he sells it.
As a Seahawks fan, I mean, Paul Allen, we had that happen to us when Paul Allen and his daughter, is it like his daughter or his sister now? And like she's like refusing, or maybe his wife, like something like I'll have to pull out but it doesn't matter. But she's like not wanting to sell them, but she has to sell them by like 2024 or something like that. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to sell them either. It's a team. No, it's like they're probably not the highest portrayed like team right now, especially with what's been going on and how much they're paying certain people. Yeah. How much are they worth? How much are they worth?
I don't know that at the top of my, but I mean, if you think about like the Seahawks, they've been like, like they've had a lot of like polarizing people. Like they've got
they had
Marshawn. They went 2 back-to-back Super Bowls, and that was like almost 10 years ago. They've only missed the playoffs 1 year. Or no, did they miss 2 years? I think because did they miss it when Russell got hurt? Did they
miss it last year?
No,
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. They missed it when Russell missed like 5 weeks, and then it was and then it was the year of Blair Walsh that we missed it the other time. Screw that guy. That guy's a bum.
Blair Walsh. Wow, I haven't heard that name.
Yeah, Blair Walsh is trash, man. He's terrible. Somebody like told me like on Twitter a while ago, like when I first like was on Twitter, like Blair Walsh had like 3 games that cost like we could have been 12-4 if Blair Walsh didn't miss field goals. Like he oh man, that it was terrible. But either way though, like that year was not meant for the Seahawks. I mean, we looked like crap. It wasn't even just Blair Walsh, but still like funny to me that we could have made the playoffs. If he even like missed like not even like 3 or 4 less field goals, it would have been a different scenario.
No, 100%. Yeah, you're right.
And I mean, for Russell Wilson, that could have helped his argument.
I think ever since that injury, he fell off and knows never himself. I don't know what happened to him. I really can't explain it. I never played football myself, so I can't talk mentally where he's at. But he definitely, I don't know what's wrong with him, but I think he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to have my doubts that he's going to be bad 2 years in a row because like I was talking. I don't know if you're listening to the Rob G episode, but me and Rob were like talking about Damian Lillard, and I'm a Blazers guy, so it's like Dame's one of those guys where like I want to see do well, and like I have every reason to root for him. He was never like annoying or anything, and Russ like he got us a ring, so I have to root for him. But like, man, it's so hard. He's just annoying. Like his personality is just like.
Yeah, and that's like something that could also factor in. Like it's not really all about football anymore. It's about his image, his relationships with people, his basically his PR. It's bigger for him than it like it's his image now. I think that's where he's at in his career. And you could say the same things about LeBron, but LeBron's obviously he's still going for rings.
That guy too, but
yeah, he's on the end of his career. He's trying to leave on a good note. I think he did the right thing for himself going to the Broncos, getting this deal. Huge for him.
He just like makes me cringe though. It's like all the like the Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah, exactly. Like those kinds of things, and I'm like, it's Emmett. Seeing the video is even worse. So you're lucky on that end that you don't have to see
Imagine
it.
being so cringe. You have a Subway deal for like a sandwich, and you like the Danger Witch or whatever it was, and then you lose it. Like imagine being that cringy. Subway's like, nah,
exactly.
We're done,
so
we're
it's
done.
like,
and Subway needs everything they can get. Like
I mean,
really
he's doing the right thing and all by doing all the wrong things. Like he's making the money, his name's all out there, but the way he's going about it is just not it. Like there is really nothing else to say about it either. It's just that's all it comes down to.
Emmett Douglas along with Shay Mowingard here on Blindside Sports. You can get Shay on Twitter at @smowingard. You can get me at EmmettNoc04. Instagram at Shayan.Mowingard. Cheyenne, sorry, SHAYN.MOGHANGARD. I think I got it.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, there we go. But stay tuned. I'll when I like put out like the clips and all that, like if your username's changed, I'll let them know.
Sweet. No, that'd be perfect. So, that'd be perfect. I'll let you know if I change my username, but this has been a blast. This was a lot of fun. Whenever you have an open spot, let me know. I'll always love to talk sports.
I mean, we can do it again, but I got a couple more questions real quick.
Of course.
I don't know if you want to, if you got to get out, you know. But
no, you're good. You're good. I should be good until like 2:50.
I was just trying to like, you know, like make it look like we're half professional here.
No, of course. Yeah. I thought you were about to end it. I was like, oh, whoa, that was random. All right. Yeah.
Well, I
love that. Like, you're better than most of the hosts at Fox Sports.
Oh, wow. Hopefully they don't hear that. Thank you. But yeah, the next question I have for you here is Chris Paul. You're a Lakers guy, and he got, looks like the Suns are going to say goodbye to Chris Paul. The time is over. And, Rob G is very pro Chris Paul to the Lakers, and I am too. I mean, if you can get him on a cheap deal, like $5 million for 1 year.
I'm happy with him.
I don't think he's going to sign. I mean, Rob was saying and Rob brought up a great point where like he was like the president of the Player Association. He's probably not going to sign the veterans minimum, but it's not going to be a bad contract either. So I kind of gave like half my thoughts away on that topic, but what do you think about Chris Paul? You think he's, you think you want him on the Lakers, and where you think he's like going to end up?
So the veteran minimum is $3 million. $3 million is not a lot for as especially you say, someone like Chris Paul, especially with LA taxes. Yeah, I mean the dude doesn't have to worry about money. He has all the money in the world. If he wants to get a ring, I think his best choice would be to come to the Lakers. Any other team that would pay him, I don't think have ring potential. I mean, I don't see the Bucks getting him. I don't see the Nuggets getting him. I don't see the Heat getting him. I don't see like any of these top teams really going after him. Maybe like to be honest, I think LA is the best fit for him. I could maybe see him returning to the Clippers. Maybe.
Yeah. I could see the Clippers too, and I think the Lakers are kind of the top dog there.
If I was on the Lakers, the most I'd pay for him is $8 million. I myself want to give him the veteran minimum just because I'm sick of paying these guys like Russell Westbrook or
$47 million for that. You guys
exactly, and it's
I mean, not to like give myself a victory lap, but that was like my first ever episode of the podcast, like the day the Russell Westbrook trade happened, and I was
so happy. I was so happy when we.
I was like, oh, it's not going to work because like I knew the Lakers needed shooting.
Ecstatic, exactly, and I didn't even think about that. So it's. I mean,
if I were a Lakers fan, I'd probably be the same way too. I mean, when you get someone like that, like that polarizing of a player at the time, like, you kind of have no choice but to be excited.
Exactly, and like we already have LeBron too, so like just adding Chris Paul would just be adding another voice almost.
Exactly, and I mean, like Chris Paul, he's not going to be, giving you like superstar minutes or anything. He's going to be there. He's going to, play some defense, drop some dimes like CP3 does. And I think also, like, as much as I hate the load management, I think the load management is going to work in the Lakers' favor with Chris Paul. And he's going to be a guy that they have for the playoffs. And they're going to rest him. Like, I think he's going to play anywhere from like 50 to 60 games. Like, I would like he's not. I don't think Chris Paul, even if he wanted to, I don't think he could play 82 at this point.
You're definitely right about that. You are right about that, and that's another thing. Like, we already have two players. Don't want to name names. AD, LeBron, that might not be able to play every game. No. So if we add another guy that just has the same situation, I think we stick with our prospects. We pay our prospects.
You got Austin Reeves. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. 15, I want to make sure we pay Reeves. I don't even care about keeping Rui, to be honest. He's great off the bench.
I think Rui
someone
was
else
more
will
crucial
give him than Reeves.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I want to get rid of D'Lo. I think D'Lo.
Rui's more crucial than we think. I think.
No, 100%. But I just don't think that when it comes to how much he wants, I think another team will pay him a lot more than we'll pay him. And in the end, Rui's young in his career. He's trying to get his money up. I am fine with
Gonzaga
Rui.
Bulldog, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm happy with keeping Reeves and maybe not keeping Rui. But if we find a way to mess up both of them, I will be very upset. I think we'll make the right moves. I think we'll do the right things. I always complain about what moves we make, but in the end, we always make the playoffs. We are always a top contender. I really have nothing to complain about as a Laker fan, other than maybe LeBron being LeBron some games and taking too many shots. But other than that,
LeBron.
I'm happy with that. But back on the Chris Paul thing, $8 million is the most I'd give. I could see him going to the Lakers or the Clippers, one of the LA teams. That's it. I don't see him going anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny too because Ben Maller is a Clippers guy, and he's also been like one of Chris Paul's like enemies.
That's
he's not
funny.
A Chris Paul guy, and I can't wait to if he goes to the Clippers. I can't wait to see what Ben says. And yeah, you do bring up like a good point too with like how the Lakers are. You always talk like Lakers fans always hate on the moves, and I mean, even me as like an outsider, I'm a Blazers fan. I mean, a lot of those moves you were making there for a while before the trade deadline. And my honest belief is I think LeBron was in talks. I think LeBron was making those moves, and then at the deadline,
he's in every conversation they have.
I think Rob Pelinka was kind of laid the hammer down and was like, "Yo, you're not."
Pelinka was the MVP before the trade deadline.
And
he definitely did a great job.
People were calling for Pelinka's job.
Yeah,
at that point,
100%. I remember my group chat. I got a group chat with all my friends or my fantasy league, and we're all Laker fans. So we're always talking about it, and we hated Pelinka. We hated him in the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
no, public enemy number one. And then he makes all these amazing moves, and everyone loves him. Keep him, Pelinka for president. It's a whirlwind as a Laker fan, and I know it will be every year. And I know at the end of it, I'll be happy, I'll be sad, but no matter what, we'll make playoffs. And that's what's so great about being a Laker fan.
Yeah, and I mean, I did not expect you guys to make the playoffs this year. I was like, okay,
I mean, we started like 2-13. There was like a time where we were like 2-13 or something. Like we lost 13 games. Like that's absurd.
Exactly.
So,
why don't we? All right, really. We got like 8 to 10 minutes left here. Why don't we go over to the NBA Finals real quick? What have been your thoughts on the series?
Okay, so I thought it would be a lot more boring. To be honest, I thought it wouldn't be as at least this close. Like I thought it would be basically like Jamal Murray 40-point game, Jokic 40-point game, out of the dust every time.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, you told me that when you're in for.
Yeah, like I was like, I might just watch the first quarter, and I ended up watching the full game, and the Heat won, and I was like, wow, okay. For the longest time, I was saying I had the Heat going into the finals, but I had the Lakers beating the Nuggets. More just on fan
You had the
bias.
Lakers Heat rematch?
I had Lakers Heat rematch.
Wait, when did you like from the beginning of the year or like during the playoffs?
When Monty posted that video,
yes, I saw that.
Who she thinks, I had Lakers Heat and then Lakers winning.
Yeah, so that was like 2 months ago. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was saying that Jimmy Butler will be the best player in the playoffs, and he was. I mean, I think
I didn't even
Jokic
know
is
that
the
was you
best.
at the time.
Yeah, so that was me. That's funny. But yeah, so I had Lakers Heat, and then I thought Jimmy Buckets was going to be the best player in playoffs again, which he basically is. I don't think you can give him best player in playoffs just because Jokic is an
Yep, I was just gonna say,
absolute
even Jamal
monster.
Murray. Jamal Murray's a monster
Exactly.
too.
Like Jamal Murray. It was kind of funny though, because the way he got his triple double at like the final rebound of the game, like got so lucky. I was kind of
Oh
laughing.
yeah.
But
And then you got Jokic dropping 20 or getting 20 rebounds, 30 points, and 10
Jokic,
assists. Like
yeah,
that's like a
30,
two.
20
Speaking of
per
2K, that's a 2K stat right there
it's a player. That's the first time a player has ever done that.
in NBA Finals history. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's an animal. And
Yeah,
to be honest,
Jokic
I
is
don't
that
think the
guy.
Nuggets could be stopped. I enjoy watching it now just because I enjoy watching Jokic. I know a lot of people don't like watching him play because he's lazy, he just gets lucky. But he's so good with the basketball and the way he moves at such a big.
He's like a point guard in a center's body.
Exactly, and it's so
awesome.
fun to
It's
watch. It
like
really is
Westbrook,
fun to watch.
but with like
And
who can shoot too. It's weird.
exactly. And I don't really see anything from Jimmy these games. I haven't really been like, wow,
No,
Jimmy
yeah.
is an absolute animal. And he's having good games. Like he's not having horrible games. It's just the Nuggets
not
are such
playoff
a
Jimmy.
well-rounded team. Exactly. And then the Nuggets are such a well-rounded team that I don't even think playoff Jimmy could help them out. I mean, you got both Browns going off.
Christian Brown is a beast.
Oh
That
my
guy's awesome.
God.
Like,
It is
future
absurd.
trailblazer. I'd take it.
It is absurd. So it's yeah, there really isn't. And then you got KCP, who it hasn't been doing that great against the Heat, but against the Lakers, torched us. Absolutely torched us.
He knew when he had to be good. He was like, "Oh, I play for the Lakers. Screw the Lakers. Let's go.
So I don't think the Nuggets are gonna lose. I think it's Nuggets in 6.
I think the shocker too was the Heat winning that game. I thought I was like, okay, they're gonna win a couple games. I actually thought the series was gonna be good. I'm not gonna lie. I had high hopes for it, and I thought the Heat were gonna win Wednesday, honestly, but they won the game. They stole that game in Denver. That was shocking to me. I mean,
yeah, that was shocking to me too.
When the Heat shoot like 39% from 3 or something like that, shout out Rob for the stat, by the way. When they shoot like that number from the 3, they are like they're unstoppable, and that kind of what comes down to it. And my other point about this game too was it looks like the scores for like at least games 1 and 3 makes the game look a lot worse than it really was, and especially in game 3. If you watch that first half, it was great. I mean, it was 58 or 53-48, pardon me, at the break.
Yeah,
at the intermission, and then
20.
Jokic,
I think it was the most, right?
Yeah, and the Heat got it down to like within 10 in the final minute, but then obviously that wasn't sustainable. They lost by 15, and we obviously got game 4 tonight. So then that comes down to the final point here, and then we're gonna get out of here. What you got, Heat or you got Nuggets?
Yeah, I got Nuggets. I definitely got Nuggets. I mean, I would love to see Jimmy get one, just because I don't think Jimmy will have another chance.
Yeah, I got Heat. I think Heat are taking one at home.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be another one.
So, I think you there? I think you're just breaking up a little bit, but I'm assuming you said why you think you have Heat. But
because I mean, I think it's gonna be it's not gonna be like a dominant performance by the Heat, but I think they're gonna come down to the minute game 2 where it's gonna be really close. And
okay, so do they win tonight?
Yeah. And I won't be shocked if the Nuggets close it out. Are we again?
I think we're lagging a little bit right now.
All right. Well, I got.
Oh yeah, it's lagging. It's lagging. But anyway, you got Heat. I got Nuggets. I'll talk to you tonight about it. I'll probably text you throughout the game. I can't hear you right now, but this has been fun. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, Emmett. I'm sure it will happen again, and I'm sure I'll be back. Follow me on Twitter, smogengard, SMOGHANGARD. If you need anything else, ask Emmett. I'm sure he'll be able to help you out with my socials or anything else. I'm just gonna wait for him to get back. Let me send him a text here. So I guess that's it. This has been Blindside Sports with Emmett from Shay. Emmett's having some internet problems, so I'm doing the outro alone. Had a great time, had a blast, and I'll hope to be back soon. See you guys at Fox Sports Radio. Peace.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. Back now. Gotta do the official outro. Gotta love the Gremlins. You can get Shay on social media. You can get his Instagram. It's at Shay or Cheyenne SHAYAN.Moengard MOGHANGARD. Get me at Emmett Nosey or Blindside_sports. You can follow the TikTok at Blindside_sports. And you can go follow his Twitter at SMoengard. Yeah.
The rebooting